But yeah, I'm working on Amy. Let me see. Making the horns. Okay, I said I wasn't going to make an intro, but since I might end up uploading this afterwards, I'm making the horns, and I'm gonna cut out the shape and then cut it out on the foam. So let me put Amy up here. Oh, I forgot to plug in my glue gun. Hold on a minute. Glue gun has been plugged in. Hi, good afternoon. I mean, it's afternoon where I live. Don't know where you live, but good afternoon anyway. I'm making the horns for Amy. She's right there. I'm just gonna try and make the shape out on a piece of paper and then cut it out. I don't know how large I'm going to make them. I might make them, alright, let me see. Okay, the live chat has been activated. I mean, at least for me. So, I'm not gonna make them too big, but yeah. The original fabric I was going to make the horns with, I thought I still had it. Turns out I don't. So I got another piece of fabric, and I hope it works the same way, even though it's a different type of fabric. But it's a practice suit, so we'll see. Alright, let me think about the shape. With a base. I'm not going to make them big at all, since it's a dwarf goat, and these might be too big. Alright, let me see if this is good. Okay, I'm thinking about this hand for size, which still isn't very big. I've seen goat fursuits with bigger horns. So, alright, let me just cut this out real quick. I've never made horns before. Never. So, let's hope that my plan works. And if not, I have a plan B. So my first plan is making a foam base and then putting the fabric around it. And my second plan is cutting the fabric directly and stuffing it. But I think that my first plan might be a bit easier. Alright, hold on. Let me see. How's this? Oh, yes. That looks perfect. That's great. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's good. Alright, let's see. I have a device for cutting the foam. Oh, I see it. Hold on, let me grab it. Haha. There you go. This is a brat knife. Very handy for cutting foam, or if you want to fight an evil doll in your basement. That's a reference to Child's Play 2. Oh. My outlet is so far away from my table. Okay, this is easy to cut foam because it's quick. And it's more even than when I cut it by hand. And also, I get blisters all the time when I'm cutting foam with my scissors. Okay, I still have plenty of pieces of foam. For foam, I buy these, which are cushions for chairs. And they sell those at a local craft store. Foam is really thick and nice. And I always use this for making fursuits because it's amazing to make a bucket head, because you can just do this and you have a bucket head, and then you can just pull the top like this, and then there you go. So, and I'm someone who's very lazy, so that's nice. I hope I can still see the chat if someone is saying something, because it's saying that it's activated, but I don't know anything about technical stuff. Alright, I'm gonna cut out 2 of them, glue them together, and trying to make them round. That's plan A. And I hope it works and that I'm not wasting my foam, because these weren't very expensive. They were like $2 for one of these, and now it's $3.50 for one. So for some reason they got really expensive. Alright. I also used the bread cutter to cut out bigger pieces, to cut out, like, when shaping the foam, cutting out bigger pieces, because shaping foam is very difficult, I find. It can be very satisfying, but I think it's very difficult. Okay, let's go. Let's see, this is my range, so I'm gonna move my chair back a bit. Put Amy over here. God, I am not good at cleaning my mess. Okay, let's cut this. There you go. Sorry if it's loud. Okay, that's the bottom. I have to be careful for my fingers because I'm holding the foam up. If I cut my fingers, I'll let you know. Alright, this one is not very straight, like me. I'm also not very straight. Yeah! So, let me see if I can... I don't think I can use this. I think I need to put 2 together and round them out, but because if I'm gonna round this out, it's going to get too thin. Yeah. So it's gonna be way too big, and then I can thin it out as much as I want. And when I start thinning this out, it's gonna get, you know, too small. Okay. Well, let's go. Okay. Also, when I'm cutting the foam, it shakes. So it's like looking at a 3D movie without the 3D glasses. It's hard to concentrate, you know. Okay, let me just pull the knife out and go like this. Yay, that went pretty well. Okay, so let me see how I'm going to do this. Alright, gonna do it like this. Or like, oh, let me puzzle this out. What's gonna be the best to do here? I think like this, and then I'll cut it. I'm always narrating. Alright, let me see if this is hot enough. Yeah. If I burn myself again, it's probably gonna be really funny, because I burn myself on the glue gun all the time. This has to be glued down really good. Alright, there it goes. Also, I found something and I'm stoked. 3 or 4 years ago, I ordered something, and I think I've never been more excited at the time for something. And I don't know if you've heard of the Tail Company, the ones that make the animatronic tails. Well, they weren't, no, yeah, there you go. They weren't making them very long, and I bought one of the prototypes for 90 euros, which is almost $100, I think. I'm not sure. It's this one, and it broke within 2 weeks. The remote control didn't work, the tail stopped working, it stopped moving. So I gave it to my dad, and 2 wires were loose, so he fixed it again. And then it broke again, and I'm gonna give it to my dad, make him screw apart this entire thing, because my dad is quite technical, and let him try and fix the entire tail. And when it's fixed and it's working again, I want to buy a lot of fur and make a tail for Rika, which is an animatronic Rika tail. I think that would be so cool, because I ordered a realisticer looking wolf tail, more realistic, and it came with something purpley gray around it. So yeah, I didn't use it for any of my characters, because at the time I identified as a Therian, and I wanted to express my stereotype, but the tail came in bright purple. Okay, let's try and shape this. I'm gonna do this slow as possible. So far, so good. This is fun, but also very anxiety-inducing, because when I make a mistake, oh boy. Oof, there we go. Okay, alright. And then there's pieces of foam everywhere. Going for a clean cut. Because... Okay, nice, nice. I've never done this before, so I'm just going at it. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Already made a little mistake there. With things like these, the thing I hate is you do it once and it's so anxiety-inducing because you don't want to make a mistake. And you're so happy that it's done, and then you have to do it again for the second one. I've had this with hand paws, symmetric markings, because symmetric markings, like, some people say it's better to tape only one side of the face to make it more symmetrical, and I agree, but the bases I make often aren't very symmetrical and ends up not fitting. So I could have done that with Amy since she is 3D printed, but still wouldn't want to risk it. Hi. Hi! Thank you for tuning in. This is stupid. I'm stupid. Okay. Almost the shape that I want. Almost. Okay. Okay, what do you think? I don't know. I tried my best. Amy, come over here. Okay, let's check. Hello, I've been watching from the beginning of the stream. Hi! Thank you for keeping me company. That's really nice, because I like company. Okay, was this good? Is this good? Is this okay? I'm gonna make the horns dark. White horns are cute. But my goats have dark horns, so... I love your characters. Thank you. Looks pretty good. Thanks a lot. I like that people like my characters. Because sometimes I put a lot of work into it. I'm gonna shave it down just a little bit more to make it look less robust, but... Okay. Let me see if I missed anything. That looks better. It's a bit more thin. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's make the second one. Amy, let me put you back here and clean up these bits. I love working with a bread cutter. It's nice and clean and it's fast and it doesn't cause blisters like with scissors. Oh, here's my pattern. Alright, let's do that again. Where is my foam? There it is. I like doing these streams. It makes me feel less lonely. I do miss Falcon though. He's in school. Yeah, it looks fine. Let me get a sip. Before it's full of fur. Let's do this again. Put this off so I have better access to the horns. That's one. Hi, welcome back. I am making horns for Amy. Haha. Let me put this back here. Cue in the hot glue gun. Okay. Now I have the other one as an example. So I hope they are symmetric, because I used the same pattern for it, but with the cutting thingy you never know. Oh, nope. Hold on. Did I do it right? I wonder. Yeah, I did. Don't worry. Oh. There you go. You are stationed up upon a coffee mug. Yep. I have a tripod. I have one, but I'm too lazy to get it. I really hope my dad can fix the tail company animatronic tail. It would be so cool to have an animatronic tail Rika. I mean, tail for Rika. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, let me compare this to the other one. So far, so good. Have to be very careful. Okay. getting closer to the size of the other one. Okay, just a bit more. Almost, just a bit more. Alright, there we go. They look pretty similar, although, no, I'm gonna have to make it a bit thinner on top. Yay! Okay, so these are the two horns. Okay, let's tape these guys in. First I have to throw away these pieces. Let me see, where's my tape? I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me get this thing away, get more space. There we go. Let me put this away. I hope the fabric I have for it will work. I'm already very surprised that up until this point the horns look fine, because usually when I do something for the first time, it doesn't work out very well. It's better to use duct tape for these because it's way more sturdy, but duct tape is very expensive, so I use this paper tape. It's a bit less expensive. If you would make a duct tape dummy, then I would highly recommend using actual, like, metallic duct tape, because this one's gonna get destroyed. I've used it to hang stuff up in the yard before, and when it rains, it's just done for. I'm still thinking about what character I'm going to give Amy, because I made the suit to practice, and because I wanted to make a goat, because I own goats and they're really fun. So I might base the personality onto them, because there are a bunch of characters, those two, Sverre and Pauline. And this morning I had a class over. So basically I went to a, let's say, special school, and they also have like a section with kids, youth, and adults with like disorders and stuff like that, and they are like put in classes of ones who are stronger cognitively and people who aren't. I don't know how to explain this where it doesn't accidentally sound rude, but I work with people with disorders and disabilities a lot, with animals, of course, because I also have some disabilities, and some, I think they were 20, 21-ish years old, and there were about 15 to 20 people, and they came over to my yard to like walk around with the animals, cuddle with the animals, and they had a lot of fun, and they were pretty relaxed, so that always makes me happy. I do that quite often, where there people come over, either just kids from schools or people with a disability or a disorder, because often some people can't go to regular petting zoos because sometimes they're not wheelchair accessible. Sometimes the animals are not used to people with a disability, and they get scared, run away, maybe scratch. And the animals I work with, which are my own pets, they are quite used to that stuff. Not just from myself, but from other people that have come over. So, for example, my goats. Goats can be bastards, and they push people away. But there were people who were walking really, like, who had some trouble walking, were swinging around a lot, and usually they get scared. But my goats just calmly approached, and I'm really proud of them for being so calm with that, because it's a huge plus for me and for the people coming over. Okay, I'm almost there cutting the... My plan is to not sew this on top, because, I mean, I'm gonna probably sew it a little bit, but it would be difficult and you would see the seams. So I'm just gonna... Sounds like a fun thing to do. It is! So I have a little petting zoo, and it's literally, it has a name. It's called Open Yard. It's Dutch, but this is my logo. Hold on. I still have my working t-shirt on. This is my logo for it. It's a circle with a name in it, and then a bunch of my animals. And I have a lot of animals in my backyard, and I let people come over and pet them. Sometimes people who have kids, but they have a very busy job and they can't have animals, and the kids want animals, they can just come over and cuddle and spend time with mine. But yeah, it's really, really fun to do because it's so rewarding. People are always so nice. It can also be very hard because not all people are very respectful towards my animals, and I don't want to be rude. Is it a job or a hobby? Well, currently it depends. It's a job and a hobby. It started as a hobby, but if there are people coming over with a disability, they don't have to pay. But if it's a regular class, they do. It's not a lot. I ask for 25 euros, which is... It's not a lot, but it just helps me pay food for them, because those bastards eat a lot. I have about 40 animals. Yeah, and they eat a lot. But it started out as a hobby, and it's an official... I mean, we have become a official job, because we went to a job center, we explained, like, hey, this is how we're doing, would it be beneficial for us to become official? And she was like, yeah, so I am allowed to sell things and ask money, but I also do charity work aside from what I do with my animals, which actually is an official charity, and they take their animals to people with disabilities all around Flanders, so a part of our country, and they don't ask money for it, but they get money from the state. Understandable. Yeah. But I'm just kind of experimenting what I can do. I have done like communion parties. I have done one birthday party, and that was awful because I said that they could walk with the goats in the woods for an hour and then stay here for an hour, and then they had to leave because it would be too much for me, too much for the animals. But they stayed for three-ish hours, and I said like, hey, it should be time to, you know, kind of put an end to things. She's like, yeah, sure, that's cool, but they didn't leave. They just stayed. So I put all the animals back in their enclosures because some of them are on a table where you can just freely pet them. I put the animals back. The animals that were outside, they're often inside, I put them back. They stayed anyway. And then the parents of the children came to pick up their kids, and they stayed also. So that wasn't very fun. Luckily, the animals were already on their place, so they didn't have much stress of it, but I surely did. But otherwise, when things go relatively well, it's all good fun. I have kind of my own little zoo. I also had a lot of people, like, you know, the situation in Ukraine. A lot of people come to Belgium, which is fine. We are completely open. We want to help. And I've also said to people, like, if you have or if you're helping homing families from Ukraine, bring them over. Just give me a call, send me a message, say like, is it okay if we come over? I'll open up the gates, put a bunch of animals out, and they can just try to cuddle them, because I surely believe in cuddle therapy, which sounds very stupid, but when you're close to an animal, hugging them, they're soft and warm, it makes your problems a little bit easier. So I've done that a couple of times, where it's just like, if you have families, just come over, knock on the door, I'm open, just go ahead. Which is also very rewarding, because there are some families that had to leave their own pets behind, and, you know, that kind of helps to still have that. I'm almost done cutting up the horns. Also, I talk a lot, so if it's annoying, please just tell me, because I can be really annoying sometimes. Hey, there you go. I'm gonna try to use this pattern for the other one as well, since I'm pretty sure it'll fit. Animals, well, to help people deal with stress. Yes, it truly is. It helps a lot. It helps me a lot, because my animals are mostly there for me. Animals can do so much. Alright, let's try and cut out this fabric. Hold on. I don't know if I can... It's quite dark fabric, so I don't know if I have a marker that is dark enough for this. Let me see. Where's my marker? Where is my marker? You've seen me use it in the beginning. I just had it. You're so cute. Thank you. Where's my marker? Oh, all of my mannequin heads just attacked me. I think I might have dropped it onto the floor. I'm just gonna cut out the fabric real quick. I will be right back, because I'm pretty sure I have another piece of... I have another marker laying there. I'll be right back. No, it's all good. I myself can talk with it. Alright, that's fine then. Just let me know. I'm pretty sure I have another marker over here. Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry. I was cutting out the pieces. So, it was very tricky fabric. I just did it on the floor because I have more space. But, yeah. I'm back. Hold on. Are you kidding me? Where's my other horn? Don't worry, it'll be somewhere here on the floor. Or back there. I don't know. I'm such an idiot sometimes. All good. Okay, fine. Where did I put my other horn then? The mannequin hats fell down, so maybe I lose pieces all the time. So, yeah, I have one. Where's the other one? Luckily, this is a big piece, because I have lost tiny pieces that I used to patch up a base. And I just lost it, and I had to do it all over again. So, that wasn't very fun. Let me see. Or I must have taken it back there. Found it! It was just on the floor. Oh boy. Alright, let's start sewing. I hope it looks good. It's a very small fabric, but sometimes you gotta improvise. I'm not gonna place in that. It's so hot outside. It's like 28 degrees Celsius. And dear Lord, I've put ice packs with all of the animals. Okay. These ones probably won't take too long. I really hope they look nice, because the other fabric is sturdier than this one. Surely you need to focus, then you do something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's start sewing. I'm just gonna put this one back here. I'm just gonna do this very slowly because the fabric isn't very sturdy, so it doesn't crumple up. Oh. I hope this fursuit turns out looking good. I might sell it if I end up really not connecting with the character, because it was a practice suit after all. Most practice suits I end up keeping because I don't like the quality, and I don't think it's qualitative enough to sell. I know that you can sell mild quality fursuits and low quality fursuits, and that there's no problem, but I don't know how much I would ask for it, so I just really, really underprice it. How many fursuits have you made? Hold on. Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be the 9th fursuit I've made. But I prefer working with a 3D printed base because it's so much easier and it just gives a better result. I mean, for me it does. If you're really good at making fursuit bases, then you're completely fine. But I have a bunch of fursuit bases lying around that I'm never gonna use. There's one that I made that was gonna be Rika, but it ends up looking more like a fox. So, and I decided to go for 3D base with Rika, which was well worth my money from New Creations. They are a bit more expensive, but they come with hinges and everything. It was 180 euros, and in total it was something about like 200 euros, which I guess could be a lot, but oh, okay, well, my threading got stuck. I also want to use like those little clamp thingies to clamp the fur together. I used clothespins. They work fine, but they just snap apart so easily. And I need to find like an easier sewing machine. Just a small one. I can use my grandma's, but I have to come over there. Which I go to my grandma's quite a lot, but I'm not just gonna come over just to sew stuff. We've sewn a bunch of things together, including attempting to make a bodysuit for Rika. But my grandma obviously isn't used to making bodysuits, so she used a pattern for a t-shirt and pants. And then instead of using regular fabric, we just used the craft store fur fabric that was really short and like quality wise not good at all. It's still in my closet. It probably doesn't fit anymore because I put on a few. But yeah, it sucked. It was scratchy, it was ugly. And I just figured out that I don't want a bodysuit for Rika because I rather partial her. Now, I probably do want a full suit for Maeve, but I am going to wait a bit because those cost a lot of money. And, you know, maybe in the future, I don't have definite plans. I asked for quote once because I saw on Facebook quite a new maker who had low prices, and the price was fine. I just couldn't afford it yet. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with that person. I'm just looking around a bit. If you want a fursuit made and you're like debating which maker, just go around and politely ask for fursuit costs a lot. Yeah, the like the more like not cheap but the less pricey maker was 1600 euros for the bodysuit and the feet paws, which is quite a low price, but I couldn't even afford that. I think Maeve will be my most expensive fursuit because she was 600 and a little bit euros for the head, 90 euros for the tail, and then yeah, if I want any more fursuit parts, I'd like feet paws. I made hand paws for Maeve myself. They don't look very good, but I've seen fursuits which cost from 3,000 to, yeah, 33. I'm bad at reading numbers. Yeah, in English at least. Yeah, they are super expensive. And sometimes if you look around a bit, you can find pretty good makers for like a cheaper price. Like if they use like easy bases, like if they mold their own base, or if they 3D print it, or like, because making a fursuit base out of foam is a lot of labor, because you have to pay for the hours they put into it as well. Because I hate doing fursuit bases. It's so anxiety inducing, like you don't know how it's gonna look. It's a lot of gluing and cutting and foam everywhere. And I've never made a base that I am personally happy with. because all of my bases they look fine. I just don't like the way they look for my own characters. So that's why I used 3D printed base for Rika, and I'm so glad I did, because she looks perfect to me. Would you prefer making your own suit or buying it? I prefer commissioning, because it's so easy. You just pay a bunch of money, wait a couple of months to a year, and you have this amazing product. I prefer commissioning because it's like Christmas, because you're just waiting on that fursuit, and then the box arrives and you're all happy. I've had 2 custom-made fursuits, one for Rika that I'm not very happy with, never worn, never will. So, and then Ravi, of course. I was super excited for Ravi. She was my first ever professional fursuit. She's a realistic fursuit, and I was so super excited. I remember I just woke up and my mom was like, "Rika, there's a package for you," and I was like, "Could it be?" And there was a giant box on the door, and I was like, "Yes!" So I just grabbed my camera and ran outside and started filming, and yeah, it was fun. So I hope to experience that again with Maeve. She's almost done, Maeve. She needs a new wig, because the original wig we bought for her was too short, because the hair just came up to here, whilst if you would wear it on your own head like a human head, it would come up to here, and her hair just comes over your shoulders. So the maker had to buy another wig. I mean, I had to buy, of course. I sent extra money for it, because it was 70 euros for the wig. So yeah, but it's probably gonna be a good one. I've never had a fursuit with actual hair. It's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to clean. But I really do prefer commissioned suits, because it's exciting and it's not a lot of work, just a lot of money. And when I make my own fursuits, it's a lot of work, and oftentimes it costs a lot of money. Because I usually pay over 300 euros for supplies. Fur is very expensive, and in Belgium there aren't a lot of actual fur stores. Is Rika your main persona? Yes, she is. She's the big blue one. She's my main persona since I was 14 years old. I'm 19 right now, and she hasn't changed a lot, just a couple of minor things. And I connect with her very deeply, and she's just me in every way. Then Ravi is kind of a persona, not my main one, because when I was younger, I was like really into like the wilderness and nature, and still am. I still enjoy it, but not like I did back then. And Ravi was like this nature-loving, realistic wolf with animal instincts, and I've kind of let go of that now. And then Maeve is also a persona. She is mostly about body positivity, LGBTQ rights, and exploring your sexual identity and stuff like that. But Rika is my main persona, and I love her to bits. I'm almost halfway done with one ear. This is gonna take longer because the fabric moves around a lot, and I just want it to be good. Come on. Why is my needle getting sticky? What happened? Why are you sticky? I hope it fits. Probably will, but you know. Hold on. Where's my thingy? Oh, there it is. Yay, we're halfway. I also have like the curved needle, which is handy for doing like invisible stitches and stuff, but it's really hard to push through fur because you have to really put pressure on it. So I prefer using the straight needle. Yeah, I'm 19 years old. I don't know if I look younger or older, but yeah, I just turned 19 in May, 12th of May. And it was a very regular day because, you know, nothing really happened. Oh well, it's not that bad. We went to a theme park later, which isn't special for my birthday because I go to theme parks all the time because I don't have a normal school program. I get homeschooled 4 hours a week, and all the other time I'm not really free, but I can do other things. I saw that video. Oh right, I went to the little beach. It's not a. I don't know how to explain it. It's not a beach. It's like you have the sea, and then you have a bunch of. I don't know how to explain it. It is seawater, but it's not an official beach. It's like a little, I don't know. Anyway, happy birthday. Thank you. It was nice, just me and my animals, and then my boyfriend Falcon came over later. He's a nice guy. It would be really cool to have a full suit for Maeve, because I got a little bit better at designing the body with Maeve than with Rika. I'm probably not gonna do a redesign of Rika's body, it's fine. It's simple and I like that. Go on, go ahead. Which day it was? It was the 12th of May, my birthday. Also, sorry for grammar mistakes. I live in Belgium, so English isn't my first language, and English can be strange sometimes. I try my best to have like a good accent and stuff, but sometimes it's just difficult. When I do scripted videos, it works a bit better, but I've only done like 3 scripted videos. I'm just trying whatever. Anything that I like to put out there. Hey, Falcon is messaging me. He usually joins in as well when he's home. Yeah, English can be hard sometimes. It doesn't come close to French. More than half of Belgium speaks French, so we are like obligated to learn it in school. And like the time I think I've had English. I think I've had French for 4 years before I was not able to go to school anymore. Still don't speak a word of French. I mean, I do speak French enough to get through, like, getting directions, finding out where the toilet is, finding out, like, stuff like that, but not enough to hold a proper conversation. But French is so difficult, because every word is gendered, the past tense is terrible, and it just changes all the time. Some people say learning Dutch, like, from when you're not a native Dutch speaker, is difficult. Some people say it is very easy. I have no idea. I've spoke it since I was 2, so... But when I listen to myself speak in Dutch on an audio, I feel extremely cringe. But when I listen to myself in English, I feel also cringe, but it's different. It's not my own voice. I live in Lithuania. I don't know if I pronounce it right. It's my main language. I learned English and a little bit of Deutsch. Haha! Also, part of our country speaks German. I don't speak German, but German looks... A lot of German words sound a lot like Dutch words. So, you know, when someone speaks German, I can understand when they say a sentence, I can understand 2 or 3 words. So I can maybe get a little bit of context out of it. Lithuania. I don't know if I pronounced it. I know where it is because I knew someone whose parents lived there. German is similar to, yeah. It is. But Dutch is a very funny language, I think, because obviously they speak it in the Netherlands, which is like originally where it came from, I think. But people from the Netherlands have such a high voice. Like guys from the Netherlands have such a high voice. I think it's so cool. It's a small. Also, you pronounce it right. German is similar. Yeah, it is small country. Yes, Belgium is a very small country. Like when you drive 2 hours and a half in a straight line, you're through it. I live right to the border with the Netherlands, so if I go out of my house and I walk straight for 2 minutes, I'm in the Netherlands. So we do most of our stuff there, just shopping and walking the dog. When I walk the goats, I also go to the Netherlands because the forest there is nicer. We also have a forest here, like a couple of like 800 meters that way, but it isn't very nice. It's very swampy and there is so much mosquitoes. Sewing is relaxing, but it just takes such a long time. I wish I had a sewing machine. If I did, I mean, I have one, but it's broken. If I had a working sewing machine, this would be done. I think I would spend like 30 seconds on one horn instead of half an hour, but it's fine. I have nothing better to do. All the animals are fed, all the animals are clean, they have fresh water and ice, so can't really do much more there except for cuddle them. I also wanted to put my reptiles out, but my bearded dragon escaped once out of its outside enclosure. It's completely closed off, so he must have buried under something. I mean, I know how he escaped. It was because I had like screening around it, and he could pull it open and push himself under it. But I got a staple gun and I stapled it shut. But I'm still so worried that he gets out. Luckily, I found him, but I think I would go insane if he would be gone. I also am 18 years old and my birthday was May 21st, so we almost. Oh, yeah! But you look older than 19, really? Oh. The same thing with my sister. She is 14 years old. She looks like 16 or 17. But she's also really smart, so that might also do it. She helps out with the animals a lot. Oh, I don't like working with this fabric. It's so thin. But I had another, like, I had black fabric. I almost ran out. And I had gray. And I thought I had a bit more of gray, but guess not. So I went with this black fabric I still had. Because I can still change up the character's design while making it. Because it's not like if I would make one of my OCs that already existed, I would have to follow the reference sheet. But for this one, I just had concept art and that's it. So I improvised with the back, I added a little heart. I improvised with the inside of the ears, the collar, and then with the horns. Don't know what's happening to my needle, but it's sticky for some reason. I can't wait till she's done, though. She still needs pink hair. She gets like one little hair poof, hair tuft thingy. It would be cool if I would have made it magnetic, but it's too late for that because the fur is already glued on. And also, I don't have powerful magnets. The ones I have are very detachable, and I want her to ram into stuff. So, God, I hope this looks okay with when it's on the foam. I think the suit will look good. At least you tried your best making it. Yeah, thank you. You know, it is what it is. But thanks. Come on. Almost there. I'd rather work with the thicker fabric because this just sucks. Because I'm scared it'll move and then just suck. Every time we use something, we always improve and learn from our mistakes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. If I keep on making a couple more fursuits, it might look good. I'm never gonna do commissions for fursuits. I just like making them and creating characters. And then if I don't like them, I either sell them, keep them, or scrap them for pieces. But I think I've scrapped one fursuit once, and then the other ones just keep them. I have a bunch of very sucky fursuit heads. Because when I say fursuits, it's heads. I always make heads. And then I also try to make paws, but those usually kind of suck. Because I hand sew them, and for some reason it's always uneven. It's always weird, even though it isn't uneven on the pattern I use. It's just very weird. But I'm glad I kind of improved over time, because I think one of my first Rikas is over there somewhere in the attic. I'm in the attic, by the way. And there's one up there that I've never finished, which has very similar colors to Amy, because the colors I bought were originally for this guy, which I think he was a horned fox, so I was going to make horns for him. He wasn't a character for me, I was making him for the sole purpose of selling it as an artistic liberty suit. But I ended up never finishing it because I didn't like the result. And I just, now he's just up there. I probably won't finish him. Almost done. Let's see if this one fits. I hope so. That hat still looks kind of good. Thank you. Yeah, I purchased the fur for this guy because I drew him with almost these colors. And then I went to the fur store and they roughly had the colors, but just a bit darker because in the ref sheet, he had very different type of green. But yeah, now it looks like this. But this is not really my preferred style of fursuits. Also, he's freaking huge, because at least this one is a tiny bit smaller. It's freaking huge. But yeah, the mouth is lined. The inside was going to be lined, because the lining is already in there. It's a balaclava. but I had to do the ears and I was like, nah. Also, don't like the eyes. Just not in general. I'm gonna put you back up there. Oh, there you go. If I do remake him, I'm gonna remake the ears and just make them a bit different. Okay, this one's done. Let's see how this looks. Let's turn it inside out. Okay, let's see if I can fit this over. Come on. Come on. The good thing about this fabric is that it's stretchy. So oh, hold on. Well, this is roughly what it looks like when I fit it over. So hold on, let me put this. Oh, you know what? First ever horns. So I guess it's fine. Let's try to fit this a bit better. I'm gonna try to glue the fabric to the horn. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of okay, I guess. Don't think I could have made it better this time. So, I could have purchased 3D printed ears, because I'm already a fan of 3D printed stuff, which would have been more beautiful, but way more expensive. And it's not the product itself, it's the shipping, because I usually use Etsy to buy things like that, because otherwise it's all just... Horns still look good, thank you. I think with a little more work... Yeah, I think so too, but I am lazy. Okay, well, let's do this again. I might end the stream soon, because it might be getting boring, but... And there you go. I didn't lose it, like the other part, which is already a miracle. Because I lose a lot of my parts. Well, for it might be boring. Oh, well. Thank you. That's good to know, because I often think things I do are boring. Which is why I don't always just get time to work on fursuit stuff. Oh no. There's a piece of, there you go, loose thread that got in between it. I have been on the whole 12 and 24-hour stream now because I... Oh, that's cool. I've never watched a full 12 or 24-hour stream. I have quite a short attention span, so when there are like a bunch of YouTubers or people that are live streaming that I kind of like, I just kind of jump in every couple of hours or so and see how it's going. I never watched the full thing. The one thing I watched was the Unus Annus end stream, because I wanted to be there when it ended, but I had to go to sleep. Now, luckily for me, I've calculated that it would be 8 in the morning for me when it ended, so I just slept with my headphones on while it was playing, and then I woke up right in time for the ending, and luckily I was there. But other than that, there you go. Next time I need to think about getting some music, but I'm so lazy. I don't want to get anything up here for that. I don't really watch popular YouTubers. I try to stay small channels. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't really have a lot of favorite YouTubers. I don't think I even have one. I just watch a bunch of things, usually for the content rather than the creator. Except for when I was 13, 14 years old, I was a big fan of Markiplier for some reason. I genuinely don't know why, because I'm not really that into gaming videos. So I have no idea. I even went to the You're Welcome tour because they came to Belgium. And I was super excited, but we were seated on a balcony so you could barely see them. Oh well, I have seen Markiplier, Ethan, Wade, and Bob live though in Belgium. And they actually said that they enjoyed Belgium because they thought the people were very nice. So that was fun. Because Ethan said he went to a bakery, and I remember this very well. I've also recorded this probably. He said he went to a bakery in the morning to get some stuff, and it was like he said that the atmosphere was really nice. Like it was just this small business, and he said he could only picture like a grandma just baking cookies for him when he was a kid, just in the pure joy of it, instead of all those big corporations in America, like Subway and stuff like that, and like other things. It was just a small, nice bakery, which I really liked. I don't have favorite you I equally respect. Yeah, kind of same. I sometimes I watch content and I don't even know like the name of the channel. I just watch the content regularly. But right now I don't have a favorite creator. I do remember that when I was at the mental hospital, we had like special living rooms for every separate group, which they were called living rooms. And it was kind of just like it was like a hospital thingy, but they tried to make it look like a cozy living room, but kind of failed. Like when you're at a zoo and they make try to make the enclosure as natural as possible, but the animals still know there's something off. It kind of felt like that. And it was the time when the whole PewDiePie T-Series thing was going on, and they were like, so what do you want to do in your pastime? And they just put PewDiePie on TV constantly, so like he got more like views and subscribers, so T-Series wouldn't pass, and it was kind of annoying, but there was just PewDiePie everywhere. Don't even watch him. Every deserves it. Aw, thank you so much. That's really nice. I with the YouTube thing I do, I don't intend to um achieve anything with it. I don't want a lot of watchers, subscribers. I don't want that. I don't want to make money. I don't want to be seen. I just like to keep myself busy with stupid little things because I'm home alone so much and it often gets really lonely. And when I make a video, I have something to do, I have something to think about, and it just keeps me busy and it stops me from thinking about all those stupid things. And that's the only reason I make YouTube videos. The only single reason. And also, sometimes when I do something fun, I make those little clips, which are one of my favorite videos, like clips with Falcon NL, because like I get to I don't like vlogging. I think it's extremely awkward when I'm at a public place and I just hold my phone up and I talk English, broken English. I think that's so awkward. But when I'm with Falcon, I just the clips that I show are the only clips I recorded. Just bunch of fun things of my day, and I just can't help but smile when I look back at it, because especially with Blupsaland, I'm so happy I have those wonderful moments on camera, and I can always look back at them. Because I make a bunch of weird content that just doesn't make any sense. And that's the beauty of it, because I can just do whatever and I don't care if anyone sees it or wants to see it. You don't have to watch it. I just wanted to talk about something. I just wanted to make something stupid and I just put it online and then it's off of my chest and I feel a lot better. There was a time when I did the theory and stuff where I did want it to get views, because like I think a lot of people when they were 13, 14 years old went through this phase of like wanting to be a creator. Not everyone, but my brother and I certainly did when we were between the age of 11 and 13, and we also made a bunch of stupid videos on tiny channels that never got more than 12 subscribers, but it was just so much fun doing these dumb things, and it was so terribly cringy. Oh my god. But that's okay. I embrace the cringe. If you watch my older videos with the theory and stuff, I have a video of me just sitting on my knees and arms and growling at a candle at my friend's house, and I just laughed so hard when I see that video because it was so dumb, but I thought it was so cool at the time. So we were just both growling at a candle that's just burning, and it's just so funny. And you're like, why would you leave that online? It's so cringy and it makes you look stupid. Because I was stupid, and I still am, and that's completely fine. Because I had so much fun doing those stupid things that I just don't feel ashamed for it anymore. So, yeah, that's why that's still online. Because it's funny. I have never seen myself in a cringe compilation, and I would love to. So if you ever see a cringe compilation and I'm in it, send me that shit. I want to see. I want your old videos when I have time. Good luck. I hope you can get through it because they're so terrible. But yeah, I also made a bunch of videos when I was in the psychiatric hospital, and you can see like when the background is just very weird and hospital-like looking, where I have like tiny rooms with like gray and white walls. That's that's that. We actually weren't allowed to record things, but sometimes we were in those tiny rooms for hours on end, and we weren't allowed to have Wi-Fi. We only were allowed to have Wi-Fi for 2 hours, which was in the evening, and we weren't allowed to have either we had to give our phone away or take the SIM card out of it. We weren't allowed to call anyone. So I just made a bunch of videos on my laptop, and when we had Wi-Fi, I just uploaded them all. And they're just so dumb, but yeah, it just kept me busy at the time because I had hours where I just had to wait, and it was fun to make those videos. But they were cringe. So cringe. I'm not really a funny guy. You don't know that. I'm probably funny. What's funny is different for everyone. Some people think some things are funny, others don't. It funny is something that you have to find funny. Those cringy also don't really. Oh, so I don't really understand those cringy and funny videos. Oh. Well, with cringy videos, you're not really supposed to laugh. You're just supposed to feel pain, because you're like, why would you do that? But I just laugh because of the fact that I thought it was so cool. I looked so cool at the time, and then I look back at it and I look so dumb, and I can just laugh at my old self being an idiot. I also have, I think I have a video, I don't know if I uploaded, of me and my friend jumping around on all fours in her backyard. I don't know if she likes them being up, because she's, like, in college now. I think I'm gonna have to ask her if she's okay with those videos being there, because if she wants, like, she's probably gonna have a good job later, and I don't know if it's cool for those videos to still be up. Yeah, she was a good friend. She just always did weird things along with me. People do a lot of dumb things a lot of the time. Yeah, that's why we're human beings. If we're not allowed to be stupid, then what's the point? I like cringe compilations, and like I see a lot of furry stuff that is cringe, but it's just sometimes it's just so good. Because, like, I also get a lot of hate for the furry stuff and the Therian stuff. Not personally, sometimes in the comments, but usually just personal messages like, hey, I just saw this video of you barking like a dog. Why? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. But yeah. So, also, I am more into talking. Yeah, I get that. I also like talking. I talk a lot. I have made so much videos that are now in private or hidden of me just talking about something random. Don't really understand. People hate me neither. Just let people do their thing. It's like I see also a lot of hate for bronies. I'm personally not a brony. I really liked My Little Pony when I was 10 or 11, which my classmates already thought that was too old for me liking the show. But when I turned 14, I just completely forgot about it. But what is wrong with it? Let people enjoy things. Stop hating it. If they're not hurting anyone, just let it be. It's okay. Yeah, okay, there's some weird stuff out there, but who cares? Weird can be really fun. Because I remember in my Therian days, I genuinely believed that part of my soul was a wolf because I was mentally in the gutter back then and it was a coping mechanism. But like all those times just running around in the woods with my friends with tails on and ears and just howling and barking, it was so much fun. Oh my god, it was so much fun because all the pressure of being a human being, having to go to school, having to like act appropriate in public, talking to people, all that stuff didn't matter. You were just dog. It was so fun, and just running barefoot through the sand, and it was just a very nice and pure feeling. And I do miss it sometimes, but I still talk to some of my Therian friends, who of course still are Therians, but it's not for me. I think furry people actually are really friendly people, very creative. Yeah, I recently made a lot of furry friends in Belgium, because I thought there were no furries in Belgium until I went to Facts, and then I realized there were a couple of thousand in Belgium, and I didn't know. And I made a bunch of friends, and everyone was so friendly. It's like there were a bunch of fur meets that I didn't get to go to. Like I was like, I mean, I did get to go, but I couldn't go because I couldn't get there. I can't drive a car. Like, not all buses go there. I get extremely anxious when I'm on the bus. And someone was like, "Where do you live?" I was like, "Yeah, I live there." And they were like, "Oh, that's not so far from me. I'll pick you up." Obviously, it was a person I already knew like I knew, I've talked to, I've seen them a couple of times, and it wasn't a stranger. And they drove me there with a bunch of other people, and we had fun, and they were so friendly. They were just like, "Oh, I'll drive you. Go ahead. Come with me." And like, yeah, furries are so freaking friendly. They can also start a lot of drama, but most furries I've met are so terribly friendly, and they're one of the best friends I have, and it's so cool. Because, like, I had my boyfriend meet them, and I was quite anxious if he wouldn't like them, but it went fine. My boyfriend isn't really a furry, but he does have a fursuit. He has a character, but he's not really into, like, the community and, like, the character thing. He likes falcons. He just liked peregrine falcons, and he thought it would be cool to have a fursuit head of one, so I made him one. And that's it. But yeah, my boyfriend met them, and it went all super fine. They were so nice. This, like, Facts was my first con ever, Belgic Comic Con. I was so scared to go to a convention because I would go alone because I'm the only one in my family and friend range that was into that stuff. And I was so terrified. And then I actually saw furries for the first time, other furries, and they were so welcoming immediately. They were like, "Oh, new fur, hi, come here, come in our group." And it was just such a cool experience. I'm also a very open person, by the way. That means I always try to be friendly, kind. That's a really good thing. I also am very open about everything. And I mean everything. I talk about everything. Because there's no taboo when you talk with me, so everything's fine. And being nice is so important to, like, just being nice to other people. It just makes their day and makes everyone feel a bit better. Even though I'm kind of socially awkward sometimes, still try to be nice. Almost done with this. I hope it ends up not sucking. I'll be so happy when she's done, because I spend a lot of time working on her. I don't know if I'm gonna give her teeth. Probably not, but sometime in the future. If I find a good way to get like goat teeth, I'll try. Okay, well, I'm a little over halfway with this piece. It's fine if you don't know if you're a furry. Just enjoy what you enjoy. It's like it's like my boyfriend. He's not a furry either. He just likes to have his own like falcon thingy going on. You don't have to be a furry to enjoy that type of stuff. But it is like, I'm not a cosplayer. I'm not into cosplay, but there are some cosplays that are so freaking cool that I'm just in awe. So that's kind of like that, maybe. The best cosplay I've ever seen was at Facts, which was the first time I saw cosplayers in real life. Someone just bought a bunch of pool noodles and huge styrofoam balls, and they made the flying spaghetti monster, the giant flying spaghetti monster, and it was on a huge trolley. So you had wheels at the bottom, like a trolley at the bottom, then a pole, large pole, and it was like 2 meters high. It was pretty high, and on top of it was just the flying spaghetti monster. It was incredible. And I also saw 2 dudes dressed in a banana costume, and then they had the face of a Belgian actor slash television studio owner, and it was also funny. I can't explain it, but pretty much everyone knows this guy, and he almost does about everything. He does television shows, acting, he's done radio, he has multiple theme parks, multiple TV shows, he hosts a lot of things. It's just really funny. Oh, come on. I hope it's done soon. Especially the horns, because the hair tuft won't be that difficult. Also, like most people hate elderberry. Yeah, me too. Ever since a couple of years, I've become very an ally to LGBTQ plus. I have a bunch of flags, like ally flags and stuff, and I have a lot of friends. The majority of my friends are LGBTQ, and I'm also kind of thinking about my own sexuality, but I'm still not sure. I'm mostly straight, but I'm not sure because. Yes. Hold on. I'm gonna stop it right here. I'll have to go. I'll probably do this again another time.